I can remember as a child very clearly my father teaching me to ride a bicycle. He'd take me out in the park and he'd hold the back of the saddle, and when he wasn't there and I was in the garden, I used the training wheels. Now my dad put my training wheels about this far, a couple of inches off the ground. So as I went round the back garden, I wobbled slightly in and out of balance wherever I went, but I was safe. Now the famous American golfer Jim Furyk has a very funky swing. So I imagine that when his dad was teaching him to ride a bicycle, I think Jim Furyk's dad put the wheels about this far off the floor. So Jim Furyk had a very exciting time learning to ride a bicycle. He wobbled a great deal. But balance is still balance, whether you're Jim Furyk, you or me, or Bradley Wiggins. So we have to understand that the way we balance on a bicycle is a bit of a wobble and a bit of imperfection. The same is true when we come to use the explainer. If I was adjusting this for my child Tom, I'd adjust the saddle, the handlebars and the reach the pedals. That would just be due diligence. And I would make sure, of course, that the training wheels were the appropriate distance from the floor. So when it comes to explainer, how do we set explainer? It really is very, very simple. If you imagine all of us like human beings, like human wheels, my body is the axle and my arms are spokes. The crossing point of the spokes and the axle is the top of my sternum. So I take the power roller and I step into explainer, and all I do is I use the plane sensor, which is a rod or sometimes an elastic cord, and I just ensure that the angle of the explainer is set here across the top of my sternum. I'm now holding the club correctly as though it's going to be a 5-iron to swing with. So if I was a taller person, explainer would be set here. If I was a shorter person, someone like Ian Woosnam, I'd be set much lower. But for me, at 5'9", I'm holding the power roller at the bottom of the grip, I'm simulating a 5-iron swing. So it's as simple as that. To adjust explainer to your physique, you just make sure that the line from the hoop at the bottom goes through your upper sternum. And now I'm ready to start swinging. Again, I keep looking forward, small swing, the roller working backwards and forwards. I build up to half a swing, to a 3/4 swing, and eventually you'll see the full swing lives on the flat surface here. So how simple is that? We set explainer to your physique according to the length of the club that you're using, and you're good to go. It really is that straightforward.